من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. We continue with our series of عالم الجن والشياطين, or the world of jinn and shayateen. We are with the new chapter today, inshallah. Last time we talked about different ways that the shayateen can come to human being, and if you read the chapter, the end of chapter 4, you'll see that some people, they kind of say that they cross to the other side and they bring souls and they bring things. They don't bring anything except a jinn. People sometimes make the qurban. You know qurbani? Qurbani, what qurbani is? Qurbani, yani zabiha or something. Some people, they do that also for the jinn, wal-'iyadhu billah. They draw a circle or something. Circle. They sit inside of the circle. They mark it in a certain way, facing the east or the west or whatever, because there is certain beliefs that for the north there is some jinn, for the west, for the east there's so it depends what you want, evil, good, in the middle, bad, whatever, and then they decide which side they face. The jinn tells them which side they face. They face the Qibla, or they face the east, they face the sun, they face the moon, they face this, they face that, and they sit in a certain way, dark after midnight, and then they start saying the azima, or the things, that words that they say. Sometimes they're calling shaitan himself Iblis. في عزائم اسمها عزائم الإبليسية يعني. They call upon Iblis, shaitan. Oh shaitan, the father of the jinn, this and this, I make oath upon you to send me one of your servants or one of your helpers to support me in doing the affair that I am doing, and I'm asking you by these names, such and such and such and such and such and such. And then comes the other side asking for their help, for their need also. We need you to slaughter in the name of this jinn or this person, white chicken, black chicken. Sahih, it's not joke, it's real. And they do this, and they slaughter it, and then they say to the jinn, this is your hadiyah, or this is your zabiha, take it. They bring the blood of it, they put it on the circle in a certain way. Yani witchcraft, what they call witchcraft, or what they call it. So this is true. People do these kind of things. And they write sihr with the blood of that thing, or all of that. So basically, people, after they doing that, then they have their own supporter. They recruit someone. Say they recruit someone of the jinn has a certain ability. Okay? So they come and you go there and they say, I need the soul of my mother, my grandmother, or my father. Okay? So the soul does not come, because the ruh is in the control of Allah Azza wa Jal. It's gone. Khalas, it's not going to come back to you and talk to you. So whoever dies do not come back again. Okay, do not come back again to this world in any form. And of course, they are not going to come back in their body form, because the body is buried. So the only way that they come back is the ruh. And nobody comes back to tell us what is on the other side. This is ghaib. Yani no one can come and tell, oh, I am in my grave, and this is what happened the first day, this is what happened second day. Yani where the ruh is going to come from, yani where? Come from where to talk to us about what? So basically, no ruh comes back to tell us what happened. All the time, if you see, the ruh comes back to tell you what to do or what happened. What happened in the past? Or they tell you, I'm good and all this. Ask them, where are you now? No answer. Okay? Where are you as a ruh now? Are you in Jannah or hellfire? How is it in the grave? What is alam al-barzakh? They will not answer. They can't. That means it's a jinn. All this comes under the ruh, and the spirit is a jinn. Is a jinn recruited by the person who claims that they are bringing the ruh of your whatever. Okay? And then they start talking to you. And as I told you, there is qareen for everybody, right? So that qareen did not die. Yani my qareen leaves me the minute I die. So they are there. Okay? The qareen is there somewhere. It does not die with me. Yani. Qareen of Jinn was assigned to me to deviate me or to give me the bad things. That's what the qareen does. The Rasul ﷺ told you the hadith, you have qareen from the angels and qareen from the jinn. And when you die, khalas, maybe they can be assigned to someone else. Yeah, assigned to someone else. So basically, those qareens are there. So maybe they will come and talk to that jinn, and they tell him about something like private or something that nobody knows except you. Okay? Oh, your grandmother used to sing that special song for you before you die, right? Before you sleep, right? I said, oh, nobody knows that. How do you know that? Oh, then, mashallah, the guy wins. Now they will take your money now. Wow. All right? But that's what it is. All is about money. And what do you think it is? Somebody is doing it like because they want to be famous or whatever. They just want money. It's all about money. I just want you to know that. And superstition. Using your curiosity, your love of suspense, expectation, fear, and they get you. They get you. But it's all about this jinn. And the shaitan comes to the person from everywhere. All right? And then there is, as I mentioned, there is different ways of the shaitan that he will do these things. And then the author mentioned the story of somebody. Did you read that part? Or you didn't read that part? Just going to go over it quickly. Okay. That they say that the author mentioned the experiment of one author of a book. It's called Ahmad Izzuddin al-Biyanuni. He wrote a book called Believing in the Angels. And the Sheikh, the author of this book here, he quoted it exactly. And he said that how the people who bring the spirit, what they call them, like those sessions, what they call it in English. The session of the spirit calling, spirit summoning, whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about, right? They sit together and they make certain things just to give the awe part. Now do this, now bring the candles. All of these are like nonsense. All of these things are nonsense. Trust me, I know. If they have a recruited jinn, they don't need all of this. The jinn is already on them, but they have to make the suspense with the candles, and when the candles start doing this and doing that and all of this to create that atmosphere of like, ooh, like this. Okay? That's it. So I would love, wallahi, to be invited to one of those. I really do. I'm sure, I'd love to be invited. I'm on YouTube now, so just invite me to one of those. I really want to talk to one of those, Like, I'm curious too. I want to ask questions. But they do not like anybody come with that attitude. Okay? So anybody coming with a challenging attitude and all that, they said, oh, it's not going to come. The souls, they want you to be humble. They want you to believe. They want you to... Okay, yallah, bismillah, ta'ala. It's not going to come, right?
Incantations.
Incantations. Incantation. Yeah. So, all right. So he said that this man, he knew somebody who said that he brings the souls, and he uses the jinn in good stuff. But there has to be a medium. I give you something that there is a medium, but the medium has to be a child. Remember? Now, this is the part that makes you think. If there is a human being who becomes the medium, that means the jinn enters his body, right? So he's already possessed. So now, what is the classification of that person? Is he possessed or he's not possessed? Is he good himself or he's not good? What does he serve exactly? Like, how degrading to human being that you can take, How degrading. Like for somebody to become the vehicle, like, they just go out, and why? What for? So why they don't have it themselves? Like why the person himself does not start speaking, Like, okay, now the jinn is going to come and he's going to start using me as... Why it has to be like this? So they hurt people and they bring this jinn, and this is not something Islamic, this is not something religious. Anyways, so that person actually sometimes become happy that he is the medium. Those people sometimes they are like happy. I'm the medium of the jinn. Jinn speaks through me. Okay, so that person went. And he says that in the beginning, that they have to create that suspense. Tasbih, dhikr, la ilaha illallah, astaghfirullah, Allahu Akbar, we have to say it 100,000 times and 2 times and this time, 2,000 times, creating all this atmosphere that you are speaking to high spirits and to good things. So, istighfar, tahleel, until he dozed off, like, like the movies, like the book says. And then, he said, whenever I'm like that, you have to put me in the bed and cover me with a blanket, right? And then a faint voice started coming, says, Assalamu alaikum, and introduced himself that he is not from the angels, that he is not from the jinn, but he is from the spirit or whatever. And he was just created by the word of Allah, kun fayakun, right? So, spirit, they call him ruh. He is a ruh. He's not jinn, he's not angel, he's not human being, he's a ruh. And he says, he told him that jinn is under his order and the angels above him, and between him and the Jibreel alayhi salam there are 5 people. Like there are order, hierarchy, right? So he tells him that between me and Allah Azza wa Jal in getting orders, there are 4 people in the ijaza, ijaza system. They are between me and Allah 4 people. So I get the order from Allah. That's the shorter the chain means the higher you are, right? So I tell him I get the orders from Allah. Between me and Allah there are 4 people, and then so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that one is Jibreel alayhi salam. Jibreel get the order from Allah and he give it to someone, who give it to someone, who give it to me. And I am the one who can order jinn to do things. All right. Yes. And then he started telling him, you are a good man, and this and that, and so on. And Allah chose you, and He gave him promises, amazing things. So he said that I submitted, to this experiment to see how it's gonna go, and asked Allah to save me from problems. Because it's fitna, right? And when somebody starts telling you about past things that only you know, right? And tell you how you are at your work right now, you kind of becoming like you let your guard down when they start speaking about future. You get the idea? You see where the trick is? So if I start telling you things that happened to you 20 years ago, and only you know, right? Then this is number one now. That's a big hit. Correct? That's a big hit. Remember when you were like 14 years old and you were like in that room and you did da 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 and you said this. Then I said, whoa. And they will tell you, now you have an issue with your husband, he does such and such thing and you are bothered by that. Right? Then yeah. Now when they tell you, but in 5 years from now, such and such will happen. So you're already down, your guard is already down. And you start believing in these things. And they start speaking by generalities. Generalities means, most of the problems you have, it's going to go away. This and that. It's just general stuff. The good news coming out your way within the next month or two. Then you become like hypersensitive. You are actually yourself trying to not only find good news, but you're trying to make good news. You see where the trick is? It's a type of hypnotism, you know what I mean? Like I say, you are going to have a positive feeling in the next 48 hours that you never experienced before. Whoa! Like that, And when it happens, come talk to me. I'll tell you exactly why you're having that positive feeling. You know what is going to happen? You leave that message trying to create that positive feeling. I already put the seed. Your brain is going to start looking for how to make positive of things. That's the power of the word. There's power of the word. That's why I tell people, always talk to your kids like that. Always talk to your spouse like that. And you see the effort. It's not magic. Wallah, it's not magic. Try it. That's why even sometimes you go to those trainers, people pay thousands of dollars. They tell you every morning, stand in front of the mirror and say, I am good, I am beautiful, I am handsome, I am the best person there is. You know what? They tell you these things. It's not, sometimes you think it is a joke. Okay, try to do it between you and yourself. Try to do it. Every day in the morning say, today is going to be a good day. Today I'm going to do the good things. And you say as a Muslim, inshallah, right? Not as doubt, but you are attaching it to the Mashiach of Allah. Today I'm going to make the best of this day. Today nobody is going to bring me down. Everything I'm going to turn it to positive. Bismillah, tawakkaltu ala Allah. Yallah. And make somebody try to bring you down. You said, no, I'm not going to do this today. Right? It's all in our heart. It's all in our mind. We have powers. We do have powers. And then you said, oh, Allah, Sheikh Mamdouh is amazing. Go to his training. I told you, if I want to be a millionaire, I'll be a millionaire like this. No problem. But this is cheating. This is cheating. This kind of advice should be given free. It's in our Quran. الذين آمنوا وتطمئن قلوبهم بذكر الله ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب. Allah told us. You see, even if I recite it in a certain way, it makes your heart feel comfortable. So why you have to go and pay thousands of dollars for someone who's superstitious and all that? الذين قال لهم الناس إن الناس قد جمعوا لكم فاخشوهم فزادهم إيمانا وقالوا حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل فانقلبوا بنعمة من الله وفضل لم يمسسهم سوء واتبعوا رضوان الله. See, والله ذو فضل عظيم. Those people tell them, be careful. These people are gathering for you. These people are going to hurt you. What they say? حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. From their heart, nobody can hurt you. Allah says, Allah switch everything. This is your Quran. Why you have to go to somebody to bring the jinn and the souls and the spirits and all of this? This is the whole idea of this session, I can talk to you on all of this suspense and this world of unseen. Allah make it unseen for a reason. for a reason. Don't be distracted by this. You know what? If the jinn became like open for us and all of that, we'll become bored. You'll become very bored. It's like, why? Why I have to see this world? I'm focused on myself, Why I have to be concerned about all these things? Like if I tell you, I give you access to see everything happening in the Muslim community, would that be a blessing for you? Think about it. Everybody's curious to know what is happening behind closed doors. طيب? Everybody is. طيب, imagine now Allah give you the power every morning from 7 to 10 a.m. that you can see everything happening in the community. Yalla, let's see what you're going to do. You're going to go crazy. Am I right? You're going to see everybody fighting, everybody happy, everybody this. Just too much information you cannot handle. So it is a ni'mah of Allah that makes you not see, or it is a ni'mah, it's a niqmah. It's a ni'mah from Allah that I'm not able to see what is happening in every classroom in Masjid Champion. Imagine now if you can hear every single voice in this building. How are you going to handle this? How are you going to sleep? How are you going to sleep at night if you can hear the whispering in every house in your neighborhood? You see, sometimes you are asking for something of your own destruction, but you don't know. Yeah? So Allah Azza wa Jal made what I do hidden from you and what you do hidden from me is ni'mah. Wallahi ni'mah. Sometimes we go dig in something that causes us problems. So that's why people concerned about the affairs of others. والرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم قال من حسن إسلام المرء تركه ما لا يعنيه. يعني from the best of your Islam is to leave what is of no business to you. That's for your own good. For your own good. يعني if somebody, people will think, okay, I know everything happening in the community. I have the story of everyone. And do you think this is a blessing? This is not a blessing. It's not a blessing from Allah. That I want to come and I want to smile at everybody's face. كل واحد عنده their own problems at home. خلاص, keep it at home. But we come here to the masjid, we're happy with each other. Now imagine if I can read everyone. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, it's like, some people claim this, that they can read everyone, right? Are you kidding me? Like you can read everybody? I don't want to know you, man. You are someone that I don't want to talk to. Yes, I want to know that there are things that I am the only one entitled to have. That feeling itself is good. It makes me a human being. But if somebody have access to all of this in my chest and my heart, then I don't want to talk to this person. Okay? I want to be afraid only of Allah. يَعْلَمُ خَائِنَةَ الْأَعْيُنِ وَمَا تُخْفِي الصُّدُورِ. He is the only one who knows the eye intention and what is in my chest. I know. So that's the only one I can cry to. The only one I can beg for mercy. The only one I say, Ya Allah, you know my weakness. He's the only one. I want to do that with Him only. I don't want anybody to have control of this. And that's why people scare you. You become afraid to be exploited. Right? So that's what they do. So he started doing this. First session, second session. And then he told him, I want you to read such and such. So then the medium wakes up. So he starts seeing the medium wakes up. He rubs his eyes as if he did not know what is happening. And every time he comes, they give him this beautiful promise, amazing future, bright, career, all of these things. And then they come and they talk and all of that. Then sometimes this medium start becoming a friend with him, and sometimes while they're eating, then the message comes. So now they don't need a session. That means he is crossed now, right? They don't really need a session or anything like that. And then someone comes and said, I am such and such angel, or I am such and such companion of the Prophet. Like he started bringing now the visitors, right? So now you open the gate to that world now. And always giving him the things like that. So he said, some people they're from angels, some people they're from jinn. He said Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu came. They say, and he said, and some people from the awliya, like Abu al-Hasan al-Shazili and all these people, and some people like from the fuqaha, yani jurists and all that. So this guy here, it become an open gate, yani. And you are opened on the highway of the, he put him on the highway. Well, that's how they get you into that black hole. You know what I mean? Like they suck you in, because now it's you feeling that you are upgrading. You feeling that you are becoming someone, and actually it is dangerous. If someone start talking positive, you start believing things. As I said, you can talk positive to someone, but you can actually control them through it. Like some people, they have insecurity problem. Just an example, insecurity problem. And they feel that they are not, like for girls, for example, they feel like they are not beautiful. They're pretty and everything. Alhamdulillah, mashallah, but they feel they're not. Said, I'm ugly, I'm ugly, I'm ugly. They say that. Teenagers, a lot of time. But you tell them, no, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. But imagine if some people start saying that all the time, right? So it gives them confidence, because they have lack. You brought them up here, so they became normal, right? Now, if somebody is in the normal, already in the normal, I just give you an example, right? Somebody have low self-esteem or something, or they are low confidence, so you're bringing their confidence up by positive. Normally, they don't go above it, because they're already having a lack in the issue, deficiency in vitamin D or vitamin confidence, call it vitamin confidence. And then you take the vitamin, and that's it. Even if you take extra dose, it's not going to do anything. It will be passed with the urine or whatever, right? But it will level whatever deficient. So that's good here. Okay? Type. What if someone normal, and you start boosting them, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. Now it will increase. So like someone normal blood pressure, now they have high blood pressure. Sahih? You want to bring it down now, right? But people keep giving the same dose that they're giving to the first one. It's going to hurt that one. Now, can you imagine that someone is actually extra beautiful, and everybody started telling them you are beautiful? What does it do? Arrogance. It creates a problem now. You see the idea? So don't be surprised that some sheikhs might even be deviated faster than a normal person. You get it, right? So if someone with knowledge enters that world, and then they start saying things, and you feel that you are getting closer to Allah. You are getting closer to Allah. You become addicted to it. It's sweet. This is the feeling that I've been looking for with my knowledge, and everything is not happening. Suddenly it's happening now. And I'm talking to the world of the Jinn. I'm talking to the angels. Right? So it makes you feel so good. Then you are sucked into that realm without even you feeling it. You think that you are doing good, but somebody's telling you are amazing, you are great, you are a wali, you are the best in this community, people this, people that, and we say, whoa. Like if you are not paying attention, then you are under the spell now. Is that clear? Very dangerous, right? Yeah, so be careful what you're doing, with whom you're doing it, how you're doing it, and all of this. So he says that they told him, this is the certain dhikr you have to do. You have to read Surah Al-Waqi'ah. He recites Surah Al-Waqi'ah. They told him, your father is going to come after a little bit. Now, this is the gift, right? Your father. So he said somebody came. Taban, he does not see anybody. All this, he is hearing voices from the medium. That's it. It can be anything. I really want to see. I want to see. Ya akhi, forget about bringing someone dead. I would go and tell him, my dad is in Kuala Lumpur, I want to see him here. That's actually easier than bringing someone from death, don't you think? Yeah. Type. Yani one jinn, he brought the arsh of Bilqis to Sulaiman. So carry Sheikh Mustafa from his sleep, bring him here, I see Salaam Alaikum, I touch him, kiss him, and take him back. Or even better, take me there. Why I have to pay $2,000 ticket? So you are happy now. I'm just uncovering for you the false of this, right? I don't want to see my grandfather who died. I want to see my dad who's there. So take me. Wallah, if you do that, I believe in you. Every weekend, I go for 2 hours, say Assalamu alaikum, have dinner with my dad and come back. Is this too much to ask? If you are able to bring someone from death, طيب يعني carry me. Yalla, let's go. So then you I know, I'm just telling you, like sometimes you have to use your brain. Use your brain. You sometimes very excited and you miss the point. You know, sometimes we are looking for something and you're missing the point. I use this example a lot because it happened to me few times and Allah saves subhanahu wa ta'ala. How many times you are standing you are in your car and you are in a red light, right? And you start moving while it's still red. Why? Because you are looking at the one after it. It turned green and without you even feeling, because your guard was down, right? And you are just waiting for the light green. And you saw it, you've completely forgot that this is different from that. Your eye was somewhere, you became so distracted of the obvious. So distracted of the obvious. That's why they say, you know, someone, you are looking everywhere for a wife or for a future wife or a future husband, and it is right there in front of you in the community, right? Or someone, like movies come and say that. Someone is looking for, you know, girls left and right, and some co-worker, very nice lady, is with him. And she actually would love to be his spouse, but he's looking everywhere. And even sometimes come ask her for advice. Have you considered this one? And then after the movie, 2 hours wasting our life, you know, he marries her at the end. Yani. I'm telling you, like my children tell me, Baba, you are not a good man to watch movies with. They actually told me, they give me that title, you know, you are the movie burner. Movie burner. And whenever I sit with them, the first 5 minutes of the movie, I said, that's how it's gonna work, you know? Because the plot for me is like only one thing. You know, they give us, because I was studying English literature, you know, when I was an undergraduate. And you know, when you study literature, then you know that there are a major theme and there are few themes that come under that. The major theme of life that any movie does is what? You know, I will give you a formula now that will burn every single movie. Do you want to hear the formula? Okay. Imagine a person who is in the forest, right? Forest is full of challenges, full of things unexpected, full of diseases, full of problems, right? And he wants to cross to the other side of the forest. And then he comes in the forest and he enters a tunnel or a cave and he fights all these bad monsters and all bad things until he comes out of the tunnel to the clear, right? To the nice life that he was looking for. That's basically the theme of everything. Think about it, right? So that forest is the challenges. That is where the plot is going to be. And this is the protagonist. This is the person who is going to enter. This is the hero. From the first few minutes of the movie, you kind of know who's that person, that everything is going around, right? Even if he's not there, if he's appearing in the middle of the movie, you kind of expect it, you know? Because you know that whoever is there, this is not what the movie is about, right? All of these things building up stuff. So where is the guy who's going to enter the forest? In my head, right? I'm focusing. All these details does not concern me now. I am looking for where is the challenge, all right? So challenge comes, then I know that somebody's going to come out good of this challenge. So all the drama does not actually concern me now. So I'm not enjoying anything, basically, right? Until you come out. So you find this guy and that lady, and she keeps looking at him. She keeps looking at him, and he's not paying attention to her. Khalas, the movie is, now I'm not focusing on the movie anymore. Because I know at the end of the movie, they're going to marry each other. Or somebody lost their child when they're young. I know that when they grow up, they're going to meet them or something like that. So the whole movie is about that. So this is the issue, right? So sometimes people create that suspense to you and you keep holding to the rope. Even you know yourself where it's going to end, but you surrender to the sweet dream. You surrender to the sweet good things that been told. Now, so here is the catch. Your dad is going to come. Let him talk to you, but don't ask him any questions. Why? Because if you ask him questions, Dad, do you remember this? And he fails, it's a problem, right? So they will tell you, don't ask any question out of respect. Okay. So, why? Why? He's my dad. I want to ask him about things and memories that we used to do. And said, even the Qareen of the Jinn knows everything, but he does not know every single light things, They will come up with excuses. As I told you, if I go there and I tell them, Yalla, show me, they'll say, your attitude is no good. You have to believe, you have to come this. So I said, okay, now I believe. He said, no, you cannot work because you're lying. They have to have someone vulnerable. Someone who's vulnerable, and they will know. By my experience, I know who's vulnerable and who's not. Okay, so that's the whole idea. So he said, I went to the experiment. So they said, when they come to me, somebody, when they bring for me the soul of somebody that who is known by knowledge, right? I want to discuss certain issues with them. So if they're going to bring me someone and said, I'm Imam Malik. Salam, wallahi, very good now. Why I have to go and learn fiqh of Imam Malik from anyone alive? If I can learn from the man himself. Okay? But they said, you know what? No, he's coming to greetings only. You cannot discuss with him fiqh issues. So what is the point? Why are you bringing Imam Malik now? If I cannot discuss with him, the fiqh. What is the point of Imam Malik coming? And can you imagine if this is true stuff, I would go, right? I will pay whatever money. I will even make a fundraising for it. I want the soul of Imam Malik to come to Masjid Champion. When I will collect the whole Jama'ah, we'll have a whole night. Wouldn't you agree? All night with Imam Malik. Yalla, bring. Everyone will pay $1,000. Yalla. And Imam Malik will come and solve all the ishkal of fiqh for us. We'll have one night. And every night you bring kida. We'll book Imam Malik 1 month, Imam Abu Hanifa. Why we have guest speakers? Why we have guest speakers? I'm just telling you how you can debunk this whole issue. Why the Jama'ah here suffer and bring guest speaker this, guest speaker that, when we can have all the Sahaba, one after one, And maybe we can get the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam one time, the big one, Okay, and he give us the hadith straight. All this is nonsense. Okay, I'm just giving you hints how this thing can be destroyed easily. Why I want to see the soul of my grandfather? هات لي سيدنا آدم على طول. Bring سيدنا Adam. I want to talk to him. How was it? When the angels were prostrating for him, how did he feel about it? I really want to hear from him. Come on, why make shortcuts? Why you are wanting to? Why I want? Like I told you, why do I want to talk to my grandfather that I never seen him? I miss my dad. Take me to my dad. If you're gonna bring me someone from the past, bring me back big Anbiya wa Mursaleen wa Salihin. I really want to feel, right? Take me back to Ghazwat Badr. I want to go participate. But whenever you have that spirit and that attitude, they'll block you. Block you. Like those chat rooms that have trolls and everything. When you kind of call them out in their game and all that, they block you. Yeah, because they want vulnerable people who believes. And the problem is those vulnerable people become the army of defense. Like when you go and talk to the people who go and pay those people who do black magic and all that, they tell me, Akhi, relax, this is bad, all bad. They start defending. But ya Sheikh, you don't know. they told me this and it happened. They did this and they can hurt you. They can, and you find people like because you are threatening their source of comfort. You know, so they find the high, like somebody addicted to drugs, and you tell them for your own good, I'm gonna take you away from drugs or take drugs away from you. What they're gonna do? They start punching you. You're the one who's trying to help them, but you're the enemy now. Make sense? So that's exactly like drugs. So those people who are under the control of these deviated people, they are the ones actually who's gonna fight you. It's not gonna be an easy thing to fix. You are going to get to a huge war, not with those people, but the vulnerable people. That's why we want to raise the iman by knowing these issues. Raise your own iman to become confident in your own abilities that Allah Azza wa Jal give you. So now, what would be the next thing when he start calling them in their bluff or their problem? What do you think? Like if you start saying, oh, this is a lie. Like if someone like me goes and say all these things I said now, what would they do to me? Huh? Threaten. You know? Now you are impolite. The arwah or the spirit gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt your children, gonna hurt your family, so you back off now. You see? Because now what you want to do? Yeah, go ahead and hurt me, or you said, you know what? I walk away, because maybe it is right. You see, always the unseen has that kind of magical weapon. If they don't get you through targheeb, they will get you through tarheeb. If they don't get you through enticement and invitation and boosting and all of this kind of thing, you are challenging. Bring me Sayyidina Adam, bring me Sayyidina Nuh, you are mocking them and all this kind of thing. Mocking those people, not mocking the Anbiya, astaghfirullah, yani, you know, mocking the people, why are you, like I just told you now, they said, you know what, you are impolite. That means, you know, they will hurt you. They will hurt your wife, they will hurt your children, you know, you will see the bad things. Now, they could not instill the positive to control you, they're going to instill what? The negative. Now, your brain, without you knowing, because you were there challenging these kind of things, but you are unaware of the negative that they can put on you as a human being. Now your brain is going to interpret any little thing as bad. You start seeing things now. It's just an idea. That's why Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, sihr in talking. Inna min al-bayani la sihra. And that's why those people, hypnotism, and there is some advanced courses in psychology and all of that, they kind of affect the person. They know how to speak. They put you under a spell without you knowing. Yani. Not under a spell like magic, but by the way they address you, the way they look at you, the way they address you. You find people like, you know, someone standing on the counter in the airport, right? And then you go there and you find formal. Some other people, you find that the person on the counter become like a little bit agitated. And some people, when they come, they will do whatever they want. There are certain people that will always get an upgrade by just talking to the person on the counter. They know what they're doing. Some people, it comes by luck, yani, because their personality is like good personality. They make everybody relax. You know, some people, their smile or their talk or their appearance make the person relax. It's like a shot of sedative or something like that. Yes, truly. Some people have that kind of ability. And some people, they know that they have kind of that ability. That kind of ability, and they know how to use it. That's the dangerous one. Okay? So they come and they decipher you. They know exactly what you're lacking. They start giving you a shot from that one. And that's why you'll find that that person is dealing like this, like this. And then they go out of their way with someone. What does that someone do the first time they see them? Right? So they know exactly what to do. They know exactly how to signal things. They know exactly how to look at you and talk to you and all of that. So inna min al-bayani la sihra. So they talk and hypnotize. And hypnotize the person. So they just said a statement. They give an idea. And I use that example all the time. How many of you bought the car that you wanted to buy? Like the car that you're driving, it is the actual model that you wanted to buy. How many of you did that? None? You just got a car? Your husband gave you a car and you said okay? Okay, type. Let me ask the question in a certain way, in a different way. I have like a dream car in my head, right? Everybody has, kind of. So how many of you have a certain model? I'm not going to ask you what, so don't. I'm just making an experiment here. So how many of you have like a certain model that you wish you would be driving? Okay. When you drive on the freeway, you notice that you see that car more than any other car? Yes or no? Yes. Yes? Without you even feeling it, you're actually looking for it, but you don't know that you are looking for it. That's why you're seeing it. It is there. Now, I want you to make an experiment today. Just change the model. Change the model for today. Yeah, instead of I wanted to drive this Mercedes, I want to drive a Lexus and see what happens. You will start seeing that model of Lexus more. Okay? Tomorrow, start changing the model. You will start seeing that model more. And keep doing that, and you will only see that model more. I'm just telling you the power of the thought. Once the thought is planted in your head, everything around you serves that thought. That's the point I'm trying to make. Use that car example in planting positive, because mostly we plant negative. You see? So a sister comes out and say, all the women in the community, they are jealous from me. They are evil-eyeing me. Guess what? You're going to be evil-eyed. Because you're already ready for it. You know? But if you say, nobody's going to evil-eye me now because I am with Allah Azza wa Jal and I'm doing my adhkar. So you're going to do your adhkar, and anybody evil-eye you, there is a shield. Because the confidence inside of you, قُلْ لَنْ يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا. Only with Allah. So even if you are evil-eyed, you know how to deal with it and move on. You are not going to hang everything on evil eye, because that's what the only thing you would be seeing. You know, you say, every time I go to the masjid, somebody's going to criticize me. Guess what? Everything would be said to you going to be a criticism. It's not criticism, for God's sake. It's not. People say the same exact thing. One person will interpret it as jealousy. One person will interpret it as envy. One person will interpret it as a threat. One person interprets it as hate. Same thing. Why? Because they planted the thought in their own head. That's why I'm telling you. Focus on a model, you're going to see it the minute you come out from the masjid. All the way until you're home, you're going to only see that car popping up everywhere. It is there. It's not, because you cannot look at all models at the same time, right? Something have to stand out. So call it in your head, you'll see it. That's what I'm saying, say, I am going to the masjid to get comfort. You're going to get comfort. Everything happen in the masjid will give you what? Comfort. I'm going to go to the masjid to show these people who am I. So you are going to be oblivious to anything good, because now you are consumed with your own self. You see the power of the thought? The hadith, the kalam. That's why these people come and they talk to you. They hypnotize you. They make you relax. And then they start saying either good things or negative things. That's why children in a very abusive relationship, they become abusive or depressed. Either or. Either or. Because one of the two extremes. And healing them becomes a big challenge. It's a big challenge. A woman come out of domestic violence, it's a big challenge for her to trust a good marriage. You know what I mean? So she was in an abusive relationship. Now she got out of it, alhamdulillah. Now she find the good man who's complete opposite, 180 degrees opposite of the one before. She is having problem to trust. Yes or no? That's why she needs healing. She needs a lot of medicine, treatment, somebody constantly talking, building the trust back. The man is not the problem. It's like someone who has a tumor. Tumor, not malignant, but benign tumor on their spine. And they are living with it. They're making their eye weak, they're making their hearing weak, they're making their, and the tumor now has to be removed. Has to be what? Removed, because they're gonna die. Now, removing it is a good thing or a bad thing? It's a good thing. But guess what? They already adapted to live with the bad. You remove the tumor, the eyesight is spiking up, right? The hearing is spiking up. That's why it is like you have electricity. If you increase the electricity of a spike, it can burn your appliances. Right or wrong? But extra currents is good. It's more power. But more power can destroy the good things, because the things were used to. So you have someone in the prison, never seen the sun. And after 15 years, you put them out in the sun. They can become blind, even though it is a good thing. See? So I'm giving you the secrets of this psychology of things. That's where all this jinn, sihr, jadoo, evil eye, all these things, most of it, 90% of it is not there. Is not there. I am telling you, people come to me, they will never ever believe me that they are healthy unless I write a ruqya for them or do something physical. That is the only time that they will feel they are healed. I swear. Okay? And good people. No, ya Sheikh, fi magic. There is black magic. Ya akhi, wallahi, there is none. There is none. I take my word, fi magic. And I see this bad dream. And I see this. And my husband did this. And all right, here. Do this one and read it and put it in the water. Make ghusl 7 days. You will be good. I said, Allah, Sheikh, mashallah. Now if I'm someone like $500, right? 500. Ooh, that one is big. That needs a month of treatment. No, this needs a few sessions. People love that. They will not believe me when I'm truthful. They will believe me when I lie. See how we create monsters? We create monsters. It's our own. Nobody did it to you. You did to yourself. Where is Rabbul Alameen? Where is Ihdina as-Sirat al-Mustaqim? Where is Hudan lil-Muttaqeen? Where is Fihi Shifa'un lil-Nas? Where? Quran says Shifa, 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 Shifa. Why I have to come and do Shifa for you? Do for yourself. Do Ruqya for yourself. Trust Rabbul Alameen subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they will threaten you and all of that. You just walk away. Don't even get into the argument. I'm giving you, so don't challenge anybody. Don't let anybody threaten you. Say, just, you know what? That's it. So this is the danger of that, trying to instill an idea in your head and then act upon it. So I want you to read that story, and you will understand it, inshallah. On the ghaib also, they add 100 lies to one truth, right? As Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, and Abdullah Ibn Abbas told us. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself, he tested Ibn Sayyad. Ibn Sayyad was a Jew person. They said that he became a Muslim later on, and they said that he was connected to the Jinn. Some of the companions even doubted that he is the Masih al-Dajjal. Some of the companions doubted that he is what? Masih al-Dajjal waiting to come out. Yeah. And even what emphasized that nobody knows where he dies, where he was buried, where did he disappear, nobody knows. So one time Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I'm going to test him. So Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam received Surah Al-Dukhan. Hamim wal-Kitab al-Mubin, inna anzalnahu fi laylatin mubarakah, inna kunna munzirin. Surah Al-Dukhan, yani. Hamim al-Dukhan. Smoke. And then Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Sahaba used to write the wahi after him. Okay? So he took the piece of the paper or the skin or whatever it is that has Surah Al-Dukhan, and he hid it behind his back, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he has his companions with him. So Ibn Sayyad was sitting behind a palm tree and enchanting his spells or whatever he's doing, speaking in a different tongue. Okay? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sahaba coming from behind him, his mother saw them coming. So she told him Muhammad and his people coming. So he stopped humming the things, because Rasulullah wanted to see what is. So he stood up and he met Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, what's going on? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I'm hiding something behind my back. Tell me what it is. You see? So Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is teaching his Sahaba, teaching the Ummah. So he told them, tell me what it is. قال معك الدخ. He does not know what he's talking about. Right? معك الدخ. He could not say dukhan. That means he doesn't know. Somebody told him, but did not give him the full truth. Okay? Because now Rasulullah hiding behind him. Can a jinn see it or not? Yes. Can a jinn see what is hiding or not? Yes. Yani the jinn can see from the minute Rasulullah left, he talked to his Sahaba, what we're going to do. A jinn heard that. Okay? But they have certain abilities. They could not see what Rasulullah is hiding. It is hidden. They cannot come inside of it and see. That shows you the limits also. Right? I'm holding my iPad and I'm holding like this. The jinn cannot see what is in the iPad. Yani they don't have an invisible USB drive to enter and extract the information. They can't do that. Right? They cannot do that. So anyways, he told him, Dukh. Rasulullah said, اخسأ ما جاوزت قدرك. اخسأ عدو الله ما جاوزت قدرك. So he told him, stay in your place. You're not be better than what you are, or you cannot be a higher level than you are. Means the jinn say things, right? They, as Abdullah ibn Abbas said, they are riding the back of each other until they come to the part of the heaven that they can hear the angels talking about the aqdar of the people. But the minute they do that, a meteor come and hit them. So before it hits them, they deliver the news, but they cannot deliver the whole thing. So the men hear it, then they hear it, and they say it until they give it to the kahin or the sorcerer. So the kahin and sorcerer try to make sense out of it, and he start adding stuff. So now, as I said, the person is adjusted now to look for whatever the truth is. When they find one truth, they believe the 100 lies. And sometimes that power makes you create that. Like they say, you are going to get a new job. And then a week later you get a new job. That was the part. What job they didn't tell you. They just say you're going to get a new job. And then, after that, they tell you once you get a new job, you're going to get a promotion. And when you get a promotion, you're going to get married. And that woman is going to give you a little bit hard time, but it's going to be good over time. Something like that. All right? So the man knows about the job, but he does not know about anything else. You know what is the dangerous part? That you're going to create that. You are going to create what they told you. Because inside, you want to believe it. So you got a job, from day one, you want to get the promotion. So you're going to work very hard. So you actually got the promotion not because they told you, but because you worked hard. Then you're going to get married, and then you believe that your wife is going to get you trouble. So actually sometimes you're going to push her to create trouble. I swear by Allah it's going to happen, And then you yourself are going to back off, and she becomes good. You see how bad it is? Idea is in your head, it's going to happen. So that some people have that magic. They put the idea in your head, and then they said, you know what, do whatever you do, you're not going to succeed. You're going to stay in that job forever. And you find the person becoming more and more depressed in their life. You see? So somebody giving negative message all the time, their children grow up like this, hate themselves, hate the society, hate everybody. You cannot fix it. Allahu Akbar. And all this, UFOs and all of this kind of things, nobody knows what it is, basically. It's either like something developed by the army, maybe, theory, Allahu A'lam. Can be jinn, yeah. Jinn can make visuals for you, we said yes. The jinn can make anything for you, but it's always short enough for you not to be able to make sure. That's why the doubt stays there. When the doubt is there, you keep creating stories around it. But how many people they actually had a UFO went and touched with their finger? Went inside, took a picture. Now, mashallah, we all have iPhones, yeah. We take like a big, huge picture, like clear resolution, Or maybe I record a message from that alien. That would be the thing of the day, you know. But then what? I'm asking you, then what? What if I did that? Then that alien never shows up again. So what is the point of what we did? And what does it do to us? All right, I'm just going to cut it short for you. Is there a possibility that there are aliens and the smart whatever intelligence on another planet? Yes, there is a possibility. Allah is able to create. يخلق ما يشاء ويختار. ما كان لهم الخيار. Allah can create whatever He wants. وربك يخلق ما يشاء ويختار. Allah can create subhanahu wa ta'ala. How can we fight all this superstition and all these problems? Inshallah, in the next 10 minutes we'll do that. You have to be careful and you have to be cautious. And be careful, as I said, of those who are attacking you through the thought process. Anybody who put negative in your head, avoid. Toxic. Right? Anybody putting you down is not a good person. Always be around the people who give you respect and they always encourage you for who you are. And be careful not to claim something which is not yours, and that is a very dangerous thing. Everybody, between us and ourselves, we know our own abilities, right? Don't be happy that somebody is telling you something which is not you. Sometimes people want that and crave for that. So if it doesn't come, they become worse. Okay? So I knew myself, went to the doctor, and the doctor told me, Sheikh, you have to take care of your health, you have to go to the gym, you have to lose weight, you are kind of overweight now. Okay? So now there's a professional, and I know that about myself. I don't need him. I can see my clothes getting tighter. Yani there is nothing like clearer than that. Then I come and I tell people, I say, Sheikh, what? You're healthy, mashallah, look at you, you're great, what are you talking about? I don't like that. I don't like that. I know that I need it. The professional told me that I need it, right? Your job is to encourage me to do it. You know what? We all supposed to be healthy, Sheikh. You will always can be better. Even if you are okay, I would tell you, you should go exercise. That is the person I need in my life. You get it, right? So don't accept or crave for someone to give you something that you don't have. Okay? No, you want to have more education, don't listen to the people who said you have enough. Okay? You need to be healthy, don't listen to people who said, oh, you're okay, why you are... No, we always need to be more healthier. We need to be healthier. Okay? So someone tells you, alhamdulillah, you are praying, you are better than those. At least you go Wednesday. Why you want to go Tuesday? Why you want to go Friday? You look at the people who don't. No, I don't want that person. I want the person who tells me, I know some people who go every day. That I want people to encourage me with these things. They want me to be better than who I am right now. I don't want people to tell me things that I know I don't have. They're not helping me. They're not helping me until it becomes a complex. There are some sisters and some brothers even and some youth, they got used so much to people commending them with things that they don't have, that if people stop, they feel bad. They feel bad. Okay? So stop overdoing it and stop abandoning it, neglecting it. Give encouragement and positive to people, but don't overdo it. Is that clear? Don't overdo it. You find someone low, bring them to normal. You someone normal, maintain it. But don't spike it. Spike it, high blood pressure, as I told you. It can hurt them. Not. And when somebody is up there, maintain it. Maintain it. And bring them to humble, right? But don't overdo it, because you can have a low blood pressure. So be careful of the extremes. So Ibn al-Jawzi, he said that about the fight between us and the shaitan. He said your heart is like a fortress, and there is a fence on that fortress, and for that fence there are doors, and those doors and that fence has a defective part, right? And the brain is in that part. The angels come to this fortress, and beside that fortress there is an area where the desires and the shayateen and all of that, there is no fence around it. So now you see the picture. So he said the picture is a fortress. This is your heart, huh? There is a fortress. That fortress has a fence around it, and in that fence there are doors, strong doors. If they are open, things can come in, but you're closing it. But there is a part in the fence which is defective. Yani the stones are down, crumbled. Anybody can break it, right? It's a weak part. Beside that fortress, there is an area where there is no fence, nothing. And in it there is the desire. This is the residence of the desire. Shayateen come to that without any knocking, without anything, right? So that's what he is trying to say. So he said, the people of that area always fighting with the people of that fortress. They come from every now and then trying to attack the fortress. So now the shayateen, they want to come to the fortress. So what are they looking for? A weak spot. They keep going around the fortress. There is a door, there is a door, there is a door, there is a door, until they find that weak spot. The weak spot. But the weak spot, you know that there is a weak spot, so you're putting a guard on it. But that guard has abilities. The more weapons you give him, the more things you give him, the more able he can defend. The weaker he is, the easier. So all this fortress will not mean anything if they get through. So they will never, you need a guard that who never sleeps, who never or you have to alternate the guards. So you give sadaqah one day, read Quran one day, fast one day, do this one day, right? So the guard is switching. So there is, that part is guarded, because each one of us has a weakness in their heart. Someone the weakness is money, some men the weakness is woman, sometimes the weakness is children, sometimes the weakness is pleasure, it depends, and then you have a guard on that one. But always the shayateen in that deserted area trying to get to you through what? Through this aspect. So you have to have, because you have the doors and everything strong, alhamdulillah, right? You are praying, you're doing it, it's a strong part. Shaitan will not come from that side, but he will come from your weakness. So either you build it up or weakness is there, so you have to have a guard on it all the time. One time a person asked Al-Hasan al-Basri, قال أينام إبليس? Does Iblis sleep? Go to sleep. قال لو نام لوجدنا راحة. If he sleeps, we will be comfortable. Yani you will know that the time of comfort that Iblis is asleep. But Iblis is always up, he does not sleep. Unfortunately, he doesn't. So he said that this fortress is always having lights with the dhikr. The lights, so that means you can see around, those lights that they have in the army bases and all this, like anybody coming close, the lights goes up. He said the dhikr make this light. So the thief cannot come when the lights are up, because there are cameras and stuff. So he said that mushrikun bil iman. And it has a mirror. So Ibn al-Jawzi is talking about surveillance at his time. A few hundred years ago, he said there is a mirror that through that mirror you can see everything happening outside. Awwal, he said the first thing that the shaitan will do is to create fog on that screen. You see, is to create the fog on that screen. So all the fence now is there, but you don't know what is happening and who's attacking. After a while, the mirror, when it has so much moisture, what happens? You see this rust coming on the sides, right? Very, subhanallah. And then he says that when you have focused mind, fog is not going to be there. You don't want fog to be there. You don't want fog to be there. So you have to be always focused. And whenever you are focused, your guard is always up and seeing the screen and doing all of that. So the whole idea of what Ibn al-Jawzi said, this is a great book, by the way, called Talbis Iblis. Talbis Iblis, the confusion of Iblis. And he have sections. He said the Talbis of Iblis on the lay people. Talbis of Iblis on the student of knowledge. Talbis of Iblis on the people of ilm. Talbis of Iblis on the people of worship. So he comes from your weak point or your strong point and try to defect things. So you have to be cautious. You have to always hold to the Quran and Sunnah. The more you are with Quran and Sunnah, the less the shaitan and the jinn can hurt you. You always be with Allah Azza wa Jal, ad-du'a. Ad-du'a, you know. Whenever you hear something in Quran and Sunnah says do your best to do. Say this is my assignment. Alright? So keep the dua. And seek Allah's help. As I told you, Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel. Wa fawwadu amri ila Allah. La ilaha illa anta subhanak inni kuntu min al-zalimin. Make this your word. Astaghfirullah. Always be with Allah Azza wa Jal. وَقُلْ رَبِّ أَعُوذُ بِكَ مِنْ هَمَزَاتِ الشَّيَاطِينِ وَأَعُوذُ بِكَ رَبِّ أَنْ يَحْضُرُونَ. The book has, mashallah, all these du'as. Memorize them, write them down, cut and paste on your computer, print it, have it as a fold in your wallet or something, read it every now and then. This is how you memorize things. Alright? Create to yourself the means by which things become part of your life. I'll repeat this again. Create to yourself the means by which you're going to become better. Alright? So how I can memorize all these dua as a Sheikh? Start. You know, take 3 or 4 of these dua, as I said, print them in your computer or in your iPhone, have the screen, put it in notifications, right? Create an alarm, alright? Saying that there is even apps for that right now, right? And then alarm, dhikr time. Say, you know, I'm going to do it before the ishraq, and I'm going to do it before the maghrib, right? After asr and after fajr. After Fajr and after Asr, I'm going to do this. So 3 of them, you say, I'm going to repeat each 100 times. And you read and you read and read until it sticks to your head. After 1 month, 2 months, I know this dua has become part of my life now. Right? So now I need 3 more, 4 more, 5 more, like that. Keep going. Every year you will find yourself, your dua increased. Your protection from Allah increased. You're going to the Quran, increased. Following the Sunnah, increased. Right? And that's what you need. Increase in that will be decrease in doubts. Decrease in that will be increase in doubts. You know, the more the destruction in that wall, the more attacks will come from ash-shayateen. Wal-'iyadhu billah. Seek refuge in Allah before you enter the bathroom. A lot. That's a dangerous thing. Many people don't pay attention. If somebody asks me about the bathroom, that they have the sink and the shower and all of that, make sure that the toilet commode is always covered. I'm giving you the advices now, right? Make sure that part that you call the bathroom, which has the shower, which has the cabinets. Some people, mashallah, have bigger thing that has a jacuzzi or whatever. You know, all of this is not what we mean by khala. Al-khala is where you respond to the call of nature, number 1 and number 2. This is where you do it, is the considered khala. It does not matter how small or how big. So if you have a door, that room is only for that purpose, that is the khala. Now if you have a room for many other purposes and that's part of it, so that commode is the khala, that parameter. Are you with me? That's why we make wudu there, no restriction. But make sure it is what? The lid is closed. Make sure it is clean all the time. So you don't want a mess. Trash is always out because the shayateen comes on najasa. Now, you know, if you do toilet paper which is used and you do it and they keep it a lot in the bin, right? That means najasa. So now you are actually expanding the parameter of najasa. Are you following? So it's either you get the flushable ones. See, I'm talking very, you know, details, but I'm telling you, I'm connecting the knowledge part with the practical part. Okay? So it is better in the bathrooms to have the trash bins with the lid. You know, the one that closes, that's much better than the one which is always open. Alright? Because you put the najasa in it. Okay? So now instead of najasa in one spot, najasa became in 2 spots. Right? And the najasa is physical, smell, you know, and look. Yani something that you see as najasa, that it smells or feels like najasa, and it exists. Right? So you make sure that it is closed, and you make sure that you do it every day, especially before you go to sleep. You throw in the trash and put it outside the house. Right? If you can do that on a regular basis, that would be great. All the trashes in the house before you go to bed, right? it is put in the major trash bag and in the bin outside. I tell people, wallahi, follow the system, you'll be good. Trash, you put it out the night before, so they pick it up in the morning, you bring it back. This is good. Have that cycle and seek the help of the household. Everyone have a rule. Bathroom, bring your bag in there, and you can say it until it becomes a habit. So make sure it is clean, make sure it is organized, make sure there is no najasa, the commode is always covered, flushed. If you have those things that make it smell better, that's even better. Those little blue things and all that, clean regularly, so there is no najasat or anything around. Make sure you have a slipper only for the bathroom, inside the bathroom. Now I'm just giving you extra stuff that we do, but actually it's good. We want to do it with conscious effort, things inside. Make sure that it smells good all the time. So all these things I know we do, but when there is towels and everything, make sure that the towels are always dry, always clean. All of these things rebels shayateen. All right? But when we enter, you say, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubuthi wal-khabath. What is the other thing to keep the shayateen away? Whenever you are angry, you say, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Before relationship, intimate relationship between husband and wife, ista'adha should be there. Not only from the husband, but from the wife as well. That's why before you go to bed, even there is no relationship, but before you go to bed, you say, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Clean your bed with your hand like this, Bismillah, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, right? Or, do the sheet like this, Bismillah, Bismillah, like this, And if that relationship is intended, both should say, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Whenever you hear the braying of the donkey, you should say, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, because it's so a shaitan. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that. Before you read the Quran, you say what? So before you do something good, before you do something lustful and halal, before you enter the bathroom, you say a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Good, I'm going to read Quran, but I say a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I don't want him to spoil this ibadah. We have to, I want you to read what Ibn al-Qayyim mentioned in his book Ighathat al-Lahfan. He mentioned here about seven things that why the wisdom behind seeking refuge in Allah before reading Quran. You are going to read Quran, why you are seeking refuge in Allah. So he mentioned the wisdom. He said Quran is shifa, and you don't want shaitan to take that healing away from you. Like when you get the medicine, you are holding the medicine in your hand. You are afraid that you drop it. You are afraid that somebody steal it. You are afraid somebody take it from you, right? Quran is that healing, the bottle of medicine in your hand. So you seek refuge in Allah. Ya Allah, make me able to hold it until I get the shifa, right? So that's hikmah also. And he says that the Quran is like water, and you are like the plant. Okay? Shaitan is made from fire, and fire does not go well with water. It will make the water evaporate, right? The guidance, take the guidance away from you. The angels come close to the person who recites the Quran, and you seek refuge in Allah from shaitan. You don't want the shaitan to be there, so the angels do not come. You want it to be clear, so the angels can come. You clean in front of your house, so good people can come. But if the house is not good, they will not come. Like imagine if some people inspecting the neighborhood, and they said the cleanest backyard or the cleanest front yard, we're going to go greet the person in that house. So what do? You make sure your yard is the best, because you want to impress the people coming. So if they come and they find your yard, the grass up and all this, what's going to happen? They walk, pass you by. That's what you seek refuge in Allah before you recite Quran for. You want your front yard to be good, so the angels come close to you. Shaitan also will whisper to you, so you do not ponder upon the ayat of the Quran you're reciting. So you seek refuge in Allah from that. You are talking to Allah Azza wa Jal, so you want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have a direct line with you. You don't want shaitan to be in the middle. And so on, We also protect our children and our family with the ruqyah. I give you a secret, I give you advice. If you have cooler, that you put the big jugs of water, read the ruqyah on a small bottle, like the ruqyah I gave you before, I think, Fatiha and beginning of Baqarah, short ruqyah, 5-10 minutes you finish. You read it on a bottle of water and mix it with that big jug of water and put it on the cooler. If you have a bigger container or something like that, that you read the ruqya and add it with it. You cook from it, you drink from it, you even in your bath, have some water from of the ruqya every week or every month. You don't have to do every day, right? And after you take your shower, add some warm water to it and put it on yourself. That's protection, continuous protection. So whatever water that you assign to drink, make the ruqya and add it to it. Whatever water you cook with or something, add ruqya to it. Whatever water you take bath, every few weeks you do add the ruqya water with it, and always seek refuge and read Surah Al-Fatiha, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِالْفَلَقِ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ, when your children, before they go to school, when they come from school, before they go to a party, to a wedding, things like that. And it is written in the book as well. Always have the dhikr of Allah. The dhikr of Allah should be always there. وَلَا ذِكْرُ اللَّهِ أَكْبَرُ. And you read, inshallah, that it will tell you about the hadith and about many things that talking to us about the power of the dhikr of Allah. So that part the author actually did a lot. Also, stick with the jama'ah. Be as a group. When you are alone, you are weaker. When you are with a group, you are stronger. Always seek the ilm. Ilm, like these sessions, shows you the plots of the shaitan and how to get over it. Without these sessions, you will not know how. You are going to a war without knowing how to fight, what to fight with, whom you're fighting. You're not seeing anything. So this seeking the knowledge will help you. Always, whenever you find that your desire telling you something, you always give the measurement. Is it halal? Is it haram? Avoid or do. So always try to be the enemy of shaitan like shaitan is your enemy. You know what? You are trying to do this, I'm going to do the opposite. Sometimes it happens like that. You want to wake up in the morning, you know what, still no, I'm going to wake up. And you go and, push yourself to it. I'm going to read Quran, but I need to do this. No, I'm going to read even half page. Instead of 5 pages, I'm going to read some Quran. You just overcome that desire this way. Avoid any place that's negative, as I said, or people do ghaiba, namima, all of these kind of things. Don't haste and rush into things. Take your time. I was talking to my wife yesterday, and there was some kind of misunderstanding, and I said, okay, I'm not going to do that thing. She was unhappy. So she expecting that I'm not going to do it, right? But later I did it. I said, why did you say I'm not going to do it, and then you ended up doing it? I said, okay, when we are angry, we make wrong decisions because we are angry, right? So at least when I'm angry, I make sure that I'm not making big decisions so they don't come wrong. That's number one. But what if I did in the moment of anger? So I hold myself not to act upon it for a while. You know what? I'm not gonna do that thing. Like I'm not gonna. I will change it tomorrow. Right? Then I sleep over it in the morning. I'm calmer. So I did. I did not change it. Right? So when I'm angry, I said something. I want to control myself not to say it. But if it so happened and said it, give yourself some time to act upon it. Like they said, whenever you get an intimidating email or a message, don't reply at once. You know what I do? You open notes. Notes or document, Word, and write all you want. Vent. Write all you want. No. That's why I said go to notes. I did not say do the email. Notes, another program, right? As if you are in email and do all the things. And you say what? You know what? This is the first draft. I need 2 more drafts, right? Then you go edit it. I swear by Allah, I'm going to finish inshallah. By Allah, that there was one time something intimidated me so bad, 5 years ago. Until this minute, I'm still editing the email. I'm telling you, I'm saying this serious. It's not an email. I put it in a document on that night when I was intimidated, and I wrote like 3-4 pages. And this is a message to scholars, peers, people who are were in that meeting, and I came out mazloom, not happy. So I wrote each one of them what wrong they did. And I wanted to send it in the morning. Then the morning comes, I said, no, I'm not going to send it this. This is going to hurt their feelings badly and all of that. 2 months later, it irritated me more. So I went and edited, and I added a little bit. I did not send you the email because of such and such. Now I'm going to send it to you because. And every year that issue comes, and I go edit. I'm just telling you now, that message is a message of love to these people, right? So inshallah, I know one day I'm going to send them a very nice message. It turned from negative to, but that is my experiment. It's a 5-year-old experiment. Like what I could have said 5 years ago, I'm telling myself now, and I'm keeping it for that reason. I'm not sending it, but what I'm keeping it for that reason, that every time I want to teach myself a lesson, I go read that message. I said, these people, my relationship with them developed to a great thing. What if I send that message that time? What my relationship would have looked like. Now, did I benefit from my shuyukh like this? Did I benefit from my peers like that? They actually remember how patient I was, and they are making up since then. You see, they're making up as a means of, we're sorry, kind of. But you see what we do? When you look at it 5 years later, it's a blessing of Allah that you did not reply. So remember to hold your anger, and if you say a decision when you're angry, don't act upon it. Because most likely you will not act upon it later. And it is no shame to change your opinion when you were wrong. Alright? We stop here inshallah. All these are the ways of shaitan. Inshallah, next time we'll finish chapter 5 and we go for chapter 6. Inshallah, I think we have 2 more sessions, right? And we'll be done with this book. And inshallah, we'll do a Dar al-Akhirah after that, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.